You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
You are watching Liberty Online TV.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Maria Mafida Jimmy Matthew, Programs Officer for Gas Empowerment Sierra Leone.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Martha Ahmad from Girls Empowerment, and I am an alumni.
Good morning, everybody, viewers. I'm Frances Bondo, and I'm part of Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone, and I'm a Chanwa.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Daniela Josephine Bandi, and I'm part of the Giselle Girls and Basketball, and I've been in Giselle for the past 6 years now.
All right, thank you very much. As viewers, we have done our introduction. Gas Empowerment is a girl-driven organization that nurtures, transforms girls, young girls, into effective leaders and change agents into their communities for them to realize their dreams. Today, as we are in the campaign of 16 days activism against gender-based violence, Gas Empowerment thought it fit that this is our own time that we also can come and raise voice to the girls out there. And as you know, the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, it starts from November 25th and ends in December 10th. So within these 16 days of activism, we're here to raise awareness to people about gender-based violence. We have different forms of it, and today we have young girls here that we come and get some discussion in some of the things that women are facing on GBV, which is gender-based violence. So thank you very much, viewers. And as we are going, we are asking a question now. Daniela is here, Martha and Frances. They are here this morning to give their own discussion on this gender-based violence. So, Frances, what is gender-based violence? What is GBV?
Well, gender-based violence, it's any act of violence that is used intentionally on an individual. It mostly happens with the children, women mostly. So that's gender-based violence.
All right, thank you very much, Frances. And Martha is here. What can you say about GBV?
Gender-based violence is any harmful threat
that's inflicted on a person, be it a man or a woman. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Can we hear from Daniela?
Gender-based violence, it is the act of violating someone sexually, emotionally, or physically, or psychologically. It can be either a boy or a girl, but it is mostly violated by girls. Girls are the victim mostly for gender-based violence.
All right, thank you very much, Daniela. Viewers, as you're here, this is Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone having discussion on gender-based violence, as we are all on the campaign, a global campaign of 16 days of activism, which is a global campaign, and it is done annually from November 25th to December 10th. So this morning, they have just gave their own understanding about GBV. So if I can ask a question on what is the impact of GBV on women and girls in our country? Yes, Frances, can you tell us?
Well, the impact of GBV in our country, it's very rapid now. Like the raping, the sexual harassment, the penetration, the harassment in It's the impact that it's very rapid in the country right now. So that's the impact of gender-based violence on girls and women, and sometimes the men also. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Frances. As we all know, this impacts not only the women and the girls. So we are focusing on the women and girls. We know the issues that many and women face these issues. So, Martha, what can you say about these impacts of GBV on women and girls?
Actually, the impact is really bad because girls
Are facing very bad things nowadays, because in the likes of Sia, who just lost her life, when her husband was beating her, that's a bad impact. And people are losing their lives, most especially girls and women.
All right. Thank you, Martha. Then, Daniela, what can you say about the impacts of GBV on women and girls?
GBV is a really bad thing for girls because of, like for example, the 8-year-old girl that died during rape by her teacher. That's harassment, that's sexual harassment, and her teacher was forcing her to do sex. When she refused, she was raped, and then the teacher killed her forcefully, which is really bad. The impact of GBV on girls is becoming alarming, and please, we need people out there to be aware of this gender-based violence, how it is affecting young girls and how it is killing them. Please, we need you guys to support us in this. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, viewers. If you are just coming in, this is Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone having discussion on GBV as we are in the campaign against gender-based violence, the 16 days of activism. So we have heard from our girls just their own take on what they understand about GBV, and also they have given the impacts of GBV on women and girls. So this is a long-lasting impact on survivors of GBV. So we are going to see how what are the forms of GBV do we think occur most in our communities. We know gender-based violence in Sierra Leone particular occur everywhere. So we just want to know the forms of this GBV. Do you think, the forms that you think they occur mostly in our communities? Frances, can you help us tell viewers?
Yes, ma. Well, some of the forms of GBV that happens in our communities are the physical force, that's the domestic violence, includes the beating, the physical force using the hands, feet, kicking a woman, and emotionally by abusing somebody. Yes, you can abuse somebody, and that thing it's rememberable to the person. That's emotionally and sexually. Of course, that's a rapid one. That is the rape, the forceful penetration on girls and women. Like my colleague just said, the likes of Sia and that 8-year-old kid, Khadija. She was raped and then poisoned by her teacher. And Sia, she was beaten. Her ribs were broken, and now she's dead. So those are the rapid one right now. So those are the forms of GBV. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Frances. Then we move to Martha. What are these forms that occur?
Okay, there are plenty, but I would love to talk about two.
That's the FGM, female genital mutilation, and the child trafficking, because child trafficking is also rampant, because people will go to the village and then take a child. Oh, I will come put this, I quote, I will come put this in school, and then it will learn, it will remember you. But no, that's not working. When they comes, they'll give them water to go and walk in the street. There will be no time for them to even sit and read a book. That's another one that's bad. That's child trafficking. And the FGM. They are now forcing children to go through the FGM, which is bad. And that's a very bad gender-based violence. Thank you.
All right, Martha, thank you. Viewers, as I'm saying, this is Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone having discussion on Liberty Online TV this morning, and you are welcome. And we are on the forms. So Daniela, please, can you tell us what are some of these forms?
There are so many forms of gender-based violence, but I would like to say it's on few.
I would like to talk on few. Like for the harassment, mostly in our communities, girls are being harassed by men, boys, and even their uncles or aunties, even by their own dads. They are being harassed. Most of the time, we are in that saying that, most of the men are in that saying that, oh, this is my wife, which of course it's wrong. She or her is not your wife. She's not your wife. She's your nephew, your niece. Because of that girl is too small to be your wife. You touching her breast, touching a girl's breast, or touching any part of her body, that's harassment. If she is not liking it, then you should stop it, because of if you touch her breast, she will be so bad, and it is really, really bad. And also the rape. People are now taking rape as a normal something in our society, which is bad. Most of, like for example, the 8-year-old girl that was raped, and that was, I'm very, very sure that it's something that was continual something. It's only on that day that he was fortunate to rape that girl. But rape is a really, really bad thing in our society nowadays, in our community most especially.
All right, thank you very much, Daniela. Viewers, as you have heard from them, you know, there are many forms of gender-based violence. Sometimes when people, they just focus on maybe one or say rape or sexual harassment. We have, especially in this time of 16 days of activism, we look at the child marriage, and we also look at the FGM, sexual harassment, and so many, child trafficking. So many forms of harassment and so many forms of gender-based violence. And as we have just heard from them, we are asking, because it occurs in our community, in your home, in your school, in your office, everywhere, every community. You can hear about this gender-based violence in different forms. So thank you very much, Frances, Martha, and Daniela. And I want to ask, who are usually the perpetrators? Who are usually the perpetrators of gender-based violence?
Well, most of the time, the perpetrators are more likely to be our neighbors, our teachers, our cousins, even our fathers, our brothers. Most of the time, those are the perpetrators. And these perpetrators are people that knows you very well. It's hardly for somebody to hear it's a different person, but it's people that know you very well. So these are the perpetrators that perpetrate little girls like us, even the women. And it's very, very bad. So we are asking, we are begging people out there to raise awareness on this, especially during these 16 days of activism, which everybody should focus on. So these perpetrators, they should be punished for their actions. They should be very, you know, it's hurting me, especially the 8-year-old kid. Like it's very sad. So these perpetrators, they should be punished. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Frances. And as we want to know who are usually the perpetrators of GBV, Martha, can you add to what she just said, what Frances just said?
She said it was a joke, but okay.
Yes, as she said, it's our family members, mostly the family members that are the perpetrators. So we are just pleading to the people to like just try and understand that it should not happen. Like, we need to know that it's not something. The thing that is paining me, they are like they are making it as if it's their right, like they should do it because of their family members. Like, it will just go down the drain. It will just be forgotten. So please, 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 I'm just pleading with you guys to just stay off gender-based violence, please. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Martha. And to you, Daniela, what can you say? Who are usually mostly these perpetrators of GBV?
My colleagues have already said it all, but I would like to say a few. The perpetrators may be your cousins, your uncle, even your school friends, they can be the perpetrators because of it will come from any angle. More especially from your family members. The perpetrators are so many there, like for the uncles or the stepdads, more so especially for the stepdads. They will be wanting to having sex with their stepkids, thinking that, oh, that's my stepkid, so I will do whatsoever thing I want to do with her. But that's really, really wrong. Perpetrators are need to be punished, and they are need to be talked to. They need to be advised, like what we are doing. They need to be advised for them to have that awareness that those victims are not their toy. They are not their toy. They are not sex toy. They are not they are not violence. They are not supposed to be treated violently. They are supposed to be treated good, like how they want people to treat them. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Daniela. And viewers, this is Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone on Liberty TV online. So we are discussing on GBV, and we have young girls here that are responding to our discussion this morning, and they are Gisellas from Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone. They are members of Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone. So before coming, because I did not ask the perpetrators what to do with these perpetrators, what's happened really. So let's all discuss on this, Frances. So we already know that these perpetrators are our family members. They can be, mostly they are male, right? It can be your stepdad, even your dad, your granddad. It can be your brother, your cousin, your nephew. So these perpetrators that they are causing this GBV on girls, women, mostly. What's happened when they get caught?
Well, what happens when they get caught is that they should be reported. Awareness should be raised onto them. They should face the law, the law of raping, the law of harassment, put to jail, prison, put to court. In some cases, even for life imprisonment. So that's what should be done to them. They should be punished by the law. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Frances. Yes, Martha, what happens to these perpetrators when they are caught?
First of all, they should be publicly beaten, because that's a bad thing. They should be publicly beaten before further investigation, and then taken to court and life imprisonment. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. You said they should be publicly beaten. Okay, Daniela, what can you say to those perpetrators?
For the perpetrators,
I think if they are being found wanting for the first time, they are supposed to be talked to, and they are supposed to be questioned, and also they are supposed to give them punishment, like to beat them and to also put them in prison for some few months. And if they continue the same act, then they are supposed to go life imprisonment and to be taken to the court, and the law will be there for them to face their judgments.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. As you have said, Frances is saying that they should be punished in any kind of way. You know, punishments, we have different levels or ways of punishments. So like Martha is saying that they should be punished publicly, beaten. They are talking about the perpetrators of GBV. Daniela added that they should be talked to, and they have to be put into prison. We know there are laws in Sierra Leone for such forms of violence against GBV. So, but sometimes the laws, they are not implemented, and the perpetrators, being our relatives, being our family members, and they will just cover it up. And we know government is telling people that if you are a mom or a dad to that victim, then you try to cover up, you have your own punishments. Yes. You have your fine to pay. Please, you being a mother, being a father, please, when girls are affected, or by this GBV. Some of the perpetrators, if it's the uncle to the child, then sometimes they will have to talk it as a family, please. But they don't think about these victims. So please, these punishments, they should be taken into. We are in the 16 days of activism campaign against. We are in the 16 days of activism campaign against gender-based violence and in different forms. Gender-based violence and in different forms. So thank you for listening. Thank you for listening, for viewing, and I have a few questions here for my girls that are here to respond and get the discussion. So, what is the GBV guide? What is the GBV guide? What is the guide? What is the guide to this gender-based violence? Francis, I'm starting to you.
Well, the GBV guide is a source that provides information on how to talk or empower girls or any victim that has been in GBV, that is gender-based violence. It's a guide that is to guide you through the right path on how to talk to them, on how to encourage, on how the right path on how to talk to them, on how to encourage, on how to empower them, the victims that are involved in GBV. So that's GBV guide. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Frances. And we move to Mata.
Well, the GBV guide is the awareness that we are raising now, because by this awareness that we are raising, people out there are getting it that, okay, this and this should be done for GBV not to happen. So this awareness that we are raising, it's one of the guides that we are giving out to people, that it should not be done. If this is done, this and this will be done for you, the perpetrators, to go down. So awareness, raising awareness is one of the GBV guides. Thank you.
All right, Mata, thank you very much. We move to
Daniela. This is a very, very nice thing that Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone is doing, mostly for girls. It is raising the awareness about gender-based violence, and also for the perpetrators, it is raising their awareness about the punishments about gender-based violence. It is not meaning that you're a girl, you are not supposed to be aware of gender-based violence. You are supposed to be aware, you're supposed to know yourself, you're supposed to know about these things. And also the parents, I want you to be encouraging your child to be teaching them about these stuff, like what we are doing. It's not only us. If only us that is doing this, we will not be able to share this worldwide. We want you, the parents, to enforce this in your kids. Teach them about gender-based violence. Gender-based violence is a really, really good something. Your children are supposed to know about that, both female and male. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Daniela, Mata, and Frances. As you have, you viewers, as you have listened to them, these guys can be a source and awareness. And when you are raising awareness, you need to listen. And there are people that have never been even been sensitized on these GBV issues. What Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone is doing, we have schools that we meet. We meet them during devotion time, especially in this time of 16 days of activity, and do sensitize, raise awareness on that. Before this time, our grandmothers or moms, they never got such awareness or discussions on these forms. So those that are coming up now, want to help them to stand strong and know what and what to do. So as the awareness is going on, not only limited in schools, not only limited maybe by giving flyers, we thought it fit to come online, because these days young people are engaged online discussions. That is why, and Liberty TV is one of the main source of listening online and knowing some of these issues. We cannot be 16 days of activism. All right, viewers, you can continue viewing. If you are just coming in, this is Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone, having discussions on the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. So we all know school pupils, because Girls Empowerment is working, our partners are schools, girls schools, and our beneficiaries are girls. As you can hear, the name is a girl-driven organization. So sometimes most of our girls are in school, they are secondary school girls. And now let us know what role is school playing in preventing GBV. So Frances, can you tell viewers the role school is playing in GBV?
Well, like Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone is working with schools. We are working with 7 schools. That's all of them are girls' schools. So for the schools to be encouraging us to raise this awareness, sensitizing our colleagues, going to different schools, giving us this permission, I think they are playing a very great role, allowing us to put up flyers and putting up stickers for them to see. You know, the schools are playing a very good role by giving us this permission to be going to their morning devotions and educating their girls, empowering them on what to do, what should be done during these 16 days of activism. The GBV educates them. So this role that the school is playing, they are doing a very good job. So thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Frances. We move to Martha.
Well, the schools are now aware of this
Gender-based violence, and they are now taking actions. Like they are now encouraging their male teachers not to start what they were doing before, because most things happen in schools. Male teachers are harassing the students. So now they are now advising them and giving them the precautions and telling them what not to do for such not to happen. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Martha. Yes,
I think the
School is playing a great role in stopping gender-based violence, because of now the schools are teaching their pupils what is gender-based violence, the things that are causing gender-based violence, and they are raising their awareness about gender-based violence. They are raising their awareness, and they are making them to understand, and also they are making the male or the perpetrators to understand that gender-based violence is a really, really bad something, and they are helping us to combat, to stop gender-based violence. The school are doing great by letting us go into their school and teaching the pupils, more especially the girls, about gender-based violence. I think the schools are helping a lot in stopping gender-based violence.
All right, thank you very much, Frances, Martha, and Daniela. As we all know, most of the schools in Sierra Leone, if I don't know, I stand to be corrected. Sometimes the curriculum, the GBV is not in the curriculum. I don't know, maybe it is there, but as I made to understand. So sometimes the school, because they are going according to the curriculum. And in our schools, as Frances was saying that we are dealing with 7 schools, no, we are not limited to 7 schools. We have over our own points of intervention, like in entry point to take our girls is maybe the government schools, which are girls schools. And we have over 60 schools that we have girls all over. We have reached to over 300 girls. And Girls Empowerment is about having, celebrating it. We are in our 12 years. Now this December, we make Girls Empowerment 12 years. So most of these schools, what we do, we work in partner with them, in partnership. So because we know that they cannot have this, it's not in their curriculum, and they don't have that special time, so be raising awareness to the girls with this. So we know that where girls are, there are issues surrounding GBV. Sometimes the girls cannot speak up. And what we as an organization we do in a time like this, we go to school, do sensitization, raise awareness on gender-based violence as they are coming up as young girls, so they will know, understand what to do when such is around you and who to meet. If you have trusted someone, there are girls with issues, they don't speak up. And there are parents, sometimes when the girls are telling them what is happening to them, they cannot even pay attention. And that's why in the guide of gender-based violence, we need ears. You have to listen to what the person is telling you. You have to give your ears to the girls whenever they are talking. You have to check the girls. And having the school as partners, we go to the school. Sometimes when we have some program like this, campaign, this is a global campaign. So we go to the school, do this sensitization. And that's one we help the girls coming up. It's really help the girls coming up. And therefore, we need the teachers, we need the school authorities to really take this into consideration, because sometimes it tarnishes the character of the school. When such thing occur in a school, parents might be afraid to send their girls to that school. They will say, oh, I don't want my child for such things to happen to them. We know, as they were just saying, the case of Khadija recently, what happened, and the perpetrator was a teacher. So we know that the perpetrators are always familiar to the victims. They always know the victims. So the school are doing their best. And because the school are partnering with organizations that can go and talk to the girls, that one help a lot, because they don't have it in their curriculum. So that is the one thing that the school is trying to help prevent GBV in the school. So thank you very much. And we want to know now we also have suggestions in the way that we can minimize GBV. Viewers, as you are coming in, Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone is here having this discussion on Liberty TV. So we have Frances here. What is your suggestion that you can give to minimize GBV, gender-based violence?
Well, the suggestions I'll have are, we have to empower women, we have to empower everybody, we have to educate youths. Educate them on what to be done, how to respect themselves as male or perpetrators, even the girls. Because some girls are some of the causes, while some men perpetrate them. Some of the girls are some of their own causes of their own unfortunate things that happen to them. So we want to empower youth, we want to educate the entire society what should be done, how for them to behave, and everything that they need to know. So like raising this awareness, I mean, not only us, but I think everybody should be an awareness raiser, to be aware of these perpetrators or this GBV situation in the country right now. So that is what we should do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Frances. As you have heard from her, that she's suggesting that empowering women should be done, educating youth and educating the society on GBV. So we go to Martha. What can you say? What can you suggest? What are the suggestions you have that can help minimize GBV?
My suggestion is to empower the girls, and to have I need like having a male advocacy, so they will be talking to them, not to embarrass a lady, like for them to be well understood that it's bad and they should not do something like that, because if they do something like that, they'll be down, they will go down to the police station or whatsoever. So I need an awareness for them to be educated that gender-based violence must not happen. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mata. As Mata is saying that empowering the girls needs to be done. That's what can help minimize GBV. Then she's suggesting that we should have male advocates for the girls, because sometimes we look at the male as they are the perpetrators. So we need the perpetrators to understand the issue, to understand everything, to be the educator. Because if you are educating somebody, if you are an advocate on GBV, I don't think you will be a perpetrator. And also awareness raising. Thank you very much, Mata. And we go up to Daniela.
For suggestions to stop gender-based violence, we should stop blaming the victims. Like, for instance, if you see something the way she was behaving before, you are there, you're in that position to ask her what's wrong. Or if you are the friend to that person, you're supposed to ask her instead of laughing at her because of her situation. You are not knowing what that individual is going through, what trauma, what is disturbing her mentally, and what is tormenting her that she's in that mood. You're supposed to stop blaming them. Like, it's not their fault they are being harassed. It's not their fault. You're supposed to stop blaming them. Before you blaming them, you're supposed to ask them and find solutions to their problems before you blaming them. And also, for people out there, if you see harassment, you're supposed to interrupt it. You're supposed to interrupt harassment, because of most people out there are thinking that harassment is a common something. Like, harassment can go on wherever they think they want it to go on. But harassment is a really, really bad thing, and people out there need to interrupt harassment to stop it, and also to stop rape. Because of rape, let me say, it's the end of the day. Because of news, if you pass this way, you will hear that somebody, a 38 years old man or whatsoever the age can be, has raped somebody, a little girl. Rape is right now something common in our society, and it's really, really, really needs to stop. And thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Daniela. Thank you, Frances. As you have heard from Daniela said that she's suggesting to minimize GBV that we should stop blaming the victims. We should interrupt harassment wherever we see it, and stop rape. So, viewers, if you are just coming online, we are on Liberty TV online, and this is Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone as our own way in adding to the others out there that are campaigning, raising awareness against gender-based violence in these 16 days of activism. We know, because this is a global fight. It is a global campaign. So we as an organization, we cannot just stand or sit by or go at the back without coming and saying something to the public, saying something out there to girls. There are people who have never been heard about the forms of GBV, about really how it works. We are not saying that GBV is just about female, because from the word gender, we know it is both man and woman, both male and female. What we are raising awareness to is the forms like this early child marriage, this FGM, sexual harassment, and so many, child trafficking. We know girls, women, they suffer a lot. They are mostly likely, they are affected in any society, in any community. Men are there. You cannot see a man. There are men who have been violated, they are facing violence against violence. They are facing violence. Women are causing violence against them. But we are here. They cannot come up to speak up, because if a woman beats a man, that man will be ashamed. He will be ashamed. Even to go to report it to the police, they will ask the man, now wetin happen, but a woman beat you. The body are big. They will take it as a fun, but that man will suffer, and he will be ashamed to go and report. For we the women, sometimes women also, they don't go and report these cases. But we are here to raise awareness for you. When you are going, if you don't have trusted somebody that you can speak up to, you can say whatever, what is eating you up. If you don't have that person, please go. You can go to the police. You report your case, you report your matter there. We already know that the government has these laws for the victims, for the perpetrators. Since they are not really implementing these things, we are advocating, we are asking that please, they should consider, they should look into these laws, they should look into these cases and help the victims to be strong, help the victims to be confident, to know that they have people that can fight for them. So as an organization, we are here to raise this awareness during these 16 days of activism. So to round up, and we just have a few minutes to go. So before we go, we have, these are girls, they are young girls, secondary school girls, and they are activists, and they are here to just tell you really what they are, what they know, what they understand about this GBV. So they cannot just keep it to themselves and sit down during these 60 days of activism. So that's why they came up, like, it is good for them to come online to say it, because they are busy online. 24 hours they are online. If you give them track or ambis, sometimes they will just fold it and drop it. But when they are seeing, when they are viewing and listening to these things, they can take it into consideration. So the last small thing I have to say, Frances, what do you want to say? What message do you want to give out there to your colleagues? Some of them who are school-going pupils, some of them, maybe they don't have the opportunity to get the messages, whether on TV or whether on radio, or people to go face-to-face and tell them maybe in the community. But what is that one message that you can give out to the girls, to women and girls, especially your colleagues, your girls out there?
Well, the one message I would like to give my colleagues out there is be your sister's keeper. Be in your sisterhood's position. Feel her pain. Sympathize with her. Raise awareness on her, with her. We have to be by each other. Maybe she's facing harassment, she's facing violence, but she doesn't have anybody to talk to. Like maybe she's shy, or if she tells anybody, it will be like, you bad, you bad, you're like this, you're like that, you shouldn't have done that. But no, it's good you raise awareness, because it's from that petty things goes to a big thing tomorrow, leads to the rape, leads to other harassments that are very bad. So you should be your sister's keeper. You should watch out for her. You should watch out for her too, even the boys, because some boys are very understanding. Some of them knows their own respect. It's very valuable to them. So some of them understand what we're saying here. So you should be a brother keeper to her. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Frances, for your own keyword to your friends out there. So Martha, what is the keyword that you can give to your colleagues out there?
Actually, my own keyword is for those that have been assaulted or those that have been harassed, for them to stay strong, and if they have nobody to talk to, for them to keep praying, for God to push them through. Though it's hard, yes, it's really hard for a tender age girl to be, because it's something that will be traumatizing. That person will never forget about it. There are times you'll be sitting down and then it will just pop up, oh, at this point in time something like this happened to me. So please, I need you guys to stay strong, and if you don't have anybody to talk to God. Pray. God will be there for you to keep you going. Thank you all.
All right, thank you. Yes, Daniela. Your keywords to your friends.
To all of my fellow girls out
there, I want you all to know that you are a very, very strong person and you are able to overcome challenges. Don't let anyone cry you down. You are really strong and you know what you are doing, and you're a very star, bright, shining person. You are supposed to know your worth. Know what you are, know what you are doing. Don't allow nobody to take away your shine. Always keep on smiling and don't allow anybody to seize advantage against you because of you are a girl. Stand up for your rights. Know what you want and do it. Don't allow anybody to cry you down. If you are doing something, don't allow nobody to tell you that that's wrong. You know what you are doing. You know it's right. So keep on doing it. I want to boost up your spirit, man, today. Be praying. Always be prayerful and be strong with God. Be connected with God, because of you. If you are with God, you are able to overcome challenges and knowing what you want, because of God will guide you. He will direct you where to go, how to do it, and where to do it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Frances is saying that girls should be their sisters keeper. Even the boys should be the sisters, their own sisters keeper. They should raise awareness. Then Martha is telling us that the victim should be strong. They should stay strong. And Daniela is saying that the girls should be strong and let them don't allow people to cry them down. So as we are rounding up, viewers, I want to say thank you for viewing our discussion this morning with these young girls on this gender-based violence during the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. So what I want to say, the words that I want to give you today during this time of activism, I want you to stop child marriage. I want you to stop FGM. I want you to stop sexual harassment. I want you to stop rape. I want you to stop child trafficking. There are many. Please, you perpetrators, maybe you have never heard about this. You have never known that there are laws that when you go through this, you face the punishments. And we are asking everyone that are fighting against gender-based violence in this country. So focus, to be strong, keep on moving. We know it's not a small fight. This fight is not a small fight. It has been for long years and is still, even though there are laws, but they are not implemented. Please, if we know about any forms of violence, we should not keep them. We should come out to help the victims so that they can be strong, so that they can focus, they can come back and have a new life. So I say thank you for viewing this discussion this morning on Liberty TV, and a big thank you to Giselle, Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone, to give this opportunity to girls to have discussion online on GBV during these 16 days of activism. As we are celebrating the 12th anniversary, we say celebrate it well, and all partners, our school authorities in Sierra Leone, we say thank you all for helping us. It has not been easy. We say thank you, because you people, without you, Girls Empowerment wouldn't have been where they are today. But we say thank you, our partners, for supporting us. Thank you, a big thank you to the staff of Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone. And I'm saying a big thank you to everyone that is helping in this fight. So happy anniversary to Girls Empowerment Sierra Leone, and happy anniversary to all Gisellas. We love you all to have this session and to listen. Thank you all.
This is Liberty Online TV, powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
This is Liberty powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
You are watching Liberty Online TV.